Hello and welcome. My name is Natalia Zimnach, and I am the founder and CEO of Zimnach Financial Group. Today, we are going to talk about Medicare. So, without further ado, what are some of the ways that I can fill in the Part A hospital costs and the Part B 20% gap? Here's a great example. Mrs. Martinez. She has Medicare and her first chance to get a drug plan, so her initial enrollment period when she turns 65, say, ended on July the 31st of 2020. Now, this example is taken straight from Medicare.gov. Now, she doesn't have a prescription drug plan from any other source, and she didn't join a prescription drug plan by July 31st of 2020. So instead, she decided that she was going to enroll in December of 2022, and her plan started in January of 2023. So here's the math. Since she did not have creditable drug coverage from August of 2020 through December of 22, this is a total of 29 months. So since Mrs. Martinez was without prescription drug coverage for a total of 29 months, the 30 cents times 29 months comes to about $9.49. Now, since it's always rounded to the nearest tenth, Mrs. Martinez would pay $9.50 each month in addition to any Medicare plan premiums, in addition to her Part B premium. And this penalty now is paid every month for the rest of Mrs. Martinez's life, as long as she chooses to be enrolled into a prescription drug plan. How can I avoid having to pay this penalty? The answer is very simple. Sign up for a prescription drug plan, a standalone prescription drug plan, or a Medicare Advantage plan as soon as you become eligible so that you can avoid these penalties. What are some of the ways that I can fill in the gaps for the Part A costs for hospital and for Part B, that 20% that is not covered for doctors and specialists? And of course, the one golden question not asked here, how do I get prescription drug coverage with all of this? Well, again, I've been in business for 12 years. Medicare was one of the first lines of business that I started doing. And I'm going to make it really simple for you guys here. I'm hoping that this could be the solution, the answer to what you've all been looking for. We have on the left a Medigap or a Medicare supplement plan. And on the right, we've got a Medicare Advantage plan, a Part C plan, or what's known as an MAPD plan. Hopefully, this is going to be the answer to a lot of the questions that many of you have had throughout watching this video. Let's start with the Medicare Advantage plans. Again, Medicare Advantage, Part C, or MAPD, Medicare Advantage with prescription drugs, are all one and the same. What does that mean? Let's focus on this right side here. Let's start with Medicare Advantage with prescription drug plans. Part C. What happens in this case? In this case, this will work very similarly, and even in some cases, better than the medical insurance plan that you have through your employer. Let's dive into the little details here of how this actually works. So, your insurance plan through your employer covers hospitalization and all sorts of surgeries. It covers doctors, specialists, outpatient care, many of the things that would be similar to Part A and Part B, right? And then your insurance plan typically also covers prescription drug plans. So, in essence, Part A, Part B, and Part D, if we combine them all into one package, all into one plan, and we put them together and we call them Part C, that is what this plan here is. Now, the wonderful news is it works, again, very similarly to a health plan that you might have at work. You've got that $174.70 per month or more, depending on your income, as the monthly premium. A lot of these Part C plans are actually zero premium. They don't cost anything. Now, how is that possible, you might ask? Well, by you enrolling into a Part C plan, you are giving control to the insurance company to be able to pay for your medical costs, just like you have now at work, and they get a stipend from Medicare to pay for your different medical costs. And they're just like at work, there is a cost share. You have a co-payment, you have co-insurance, you have all these different flat costs. You have the proportionate costs, the 20%, or the 10% that you might have to be responsible for. And you, of course, have what's known as a maximum out of pocket. One very important thing that I didn't touch on, I think it's incredibly important for you to be aware of. Original Medicare, Part A and Part B, in that paper card that you get in the mail, does not have a maximum out of pocket. That means the limit that you have to pay, or the limit that you could pay, that you can be responsible for, is actually unlimited. If you end up in the hospital, if you end up having to have multiple doctor's visits, having to have some kind of a big treatment, there is no limit to how much you might pay if you have only original Medicare with no additional plans. Now, Medicare will tell you, okay, well, we'll limit this, right? Of course, we have this cost share. However, what happens if something very serious occurs and you are in the hospital for 60, 90, 100 days? Let's just go back and remember these costs here. These costs are not small. These costs are high enough to put you in a very compromising position, especially when you're in retirement. So I do want to reiterate the importance of having an additional Medicare plan, say a Part C plan. A lot of individuals opt to have this sort of a plan. It's very cost effective, it's very affordable. There's low premiums, some plans have no premiums. And some plans even offer what's known as a give back. Now, this give back isn't available in every region. It's not available in every state. It's not available in every county. And some counties may not even have a give back. Some plans don't even offer this sort of a benefit. It's something rare that from time to time you do come across in a health plan. And that means they will give you back a portion of the costs towards your Part B premium. So instead of the 176 or more being deducted from your Part B, from your Social Security check, or being billed to you if you're not yet collecting Social Security, well, the costs would actually be reduced because you would notice that you're getting more in your Social Security because you're getting the give back from the Medicare Advantage plan. Now, with that said, that's just one of the many perks that Medicare Advantage plans cover. You see, they combine hospital costs, doctor care, outpatient care, prescription drug plans, all in a single plan, and oftentimes they have additional benefits. Again, not every Part C plan offers these benefits, but many of them do offer an eyeglass credit per year, a couple $100. They give you some credits towards a hearing aid. Some of them will even give you what's known as an OTC card that you can take to your local pharmacy and use to purchase ibuprofen, bandages. So that is, give or take, how a Part C or a Medicare Advantage plan works. And most importantly, every single Medicare Advantage plan is required to have a maximum out-of-pocket limit. Now, if we go to over to this side, we have the Medigap plan. This is a purely educational video. If you'd like to know which carriers we represent, again, we represent a whole lot of them. We represent probably most carriers in your area. There are plans known as Medigap. How do these work? Well, here you keep your original Part A and your Part B, hospital and doctor specialists. You purchase a separate standalone prescription drug plan, and these plans can range anywhere from $3.85 a month all the way to 120, maybe even 150 a month, depending on where you live, depending on your region, depending on what plans are available, depending on what drugs you take and what your prescription drug cost needs are. So these prescription drug plans are separate, and all they cover is your prescription drug plan costs. Now, you also have something known as a Medigap or a Medicare supplement plan. Well, here's how it works, because we still have, okay, we have prescription drug plan costs covered here. That's cool. Now, they're not covered 100%. They are a cost share, just like you'd have in a Medicare Advantage plan, or just like you would have at your, say, health plan at work. There are different tiers, tier 1, tier 2. Some are generics, over the counter. So there is a cost share, and every plan that we offer, that every plan that's offered out there, does have all that information available to you to review. And one of the services that we do offer our clients, just to make your life easy, is we'll look at your doctors, your specialists, your prescription drug summary, and we will search this information for you to find the best fitting plan for your needs. Now, none of these plans, not one of these plans is better than the other. Um, it's really all about which plan best fits your needs. So just so we can give you a better understanding here of the Medigap and the Medicare supplement plans, what they do is they will cover all of these uncovered costs of Part A and Part B. They will fill in the gap and cover those costs up to 100%. So here's your Part A, here's your Part B, and here is the supplement plan that covers these costs up to 100%. I want to make a point about prescription drug plans. We have not yet spoken at all about prescription drugs.